The anniversary just passed of you throwing Mankind off Hell in a Cell. It was just last month. What's the first thought going through your head after you've thrown him off and he goes through the announce table?
He's dead. It's just like, it's so surreal. Like when you watch it back, it's just like 1001 and boom, and he hits the table. From my vantage point on top of the cell, it seemed like it was 10 seconds. It just seemed like he kept falling and falling and falling, and then he hit, and then he hit the table, and then he hit the floor, and then he slid under the barricade, and I'm just like, nah, he ain't getting up for that. Yeah, I was wrong.
And then you're kind of like, you're standing on the cell now. They're raising up the cell so they can bring the stretcher in. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what kind of shape he's in, what he's broken, what he's injured. In fact, I was so in tune in the moment, like I didn't even know that the cell had raised. Like it was just up, and I'm looking eye to eye with the guys in the cheap seats, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, all right, we're up here now.
What are you thinking when Mick starts climbing back up again?
I was like, man, you are a glutton for punishment. Because it wasn't going to get any better. I mean,
oh, it got much worse.
Yeah, it did. It got much worse. But man, there's a part of me that's like, you respect so much what this meant to him and what he was willing to do to deliver on this match. And that part, you just have to take a step back and, you got to tip your hat because it's amazing. But then just as a as a competitor, you're like, yeah, you know what? Every once in a while, I like to slap somebody around, but like, you don't want long-term damage. And at this point, we don't know. Like that bump off the top was unprecedented, and then obviously what happens next is really unprecedented.
Yeah, when the cage breaks and he goes through, are you like, oh, it's over?
Yeah, no, honestly, I was joking earlier, but I really thought that he might have. Yeah, I from my vantage point, it looked like he landed on his head, and then and obviously the chair lands on his face. So at that point, it's just like, man, I don't know what I don't know what else there is that he feels like he's got to prove. But I mean, that just. Again, I mean, it's a testament to how much this business and entertaining the fans, how important that was for Mick, and he wanted to deliver. It all started because he didn't feel like that we would be able to live up to Shawn and my Hell in a Cell match, the first one, and I was just like, Mick, like it'll be different, but it'll be just as good. What if?
Sure.
I was like, no. It wasn't until the day of that I even agreed to be a part of that. So I was like, man, we don't need it, and I'd rather you be able to get up at the end of the night and walk and see your family again.
Was there a moment after that match where you got to the back and you just chatted, or you had a moment?
Not really, because he was so out of it. Like there was medical people and everybody surrounding him. I was just, I was close enough to, make sure, get whatever the doctors were saying and make sure that he was okay. I mean, as okay can be after being thrown off a cage and thrown through it, and your tooth going through your lip and ended up in your nose, and I was just. You think about it when you see something like that, and you're like, man, that is really gross, right? And you think, well, he's got a huge booger in his nose, and come to find out it's his actual tooth. And if I'm not mistaken, my memory is not what it once was, but I'm pretty sure that he handed his tooth at some point to the referee, just like he did his ear. I think he handed his tooth to the referee and told him to hold it. It's just a different kind of toughness, man, and dedication.